Hey, Rasmanites. Did you ever have one of those days where you just wish you could rewind the clock and prevent yourself from making a huge mistake? Boy, that is definitely the case for me today, and I apologize for my dog in the background. Believe it or not, we had a basset hound move in above us, so now I've got my dog and that dog up there upstairs in the other apartment upstairs battling each other, trying to outdo each other's noise. Yay! But anyway, mistakes. Boy, do I wish I could go back and take back this mistake from today. Because today, I saw in my Shyamalan's The Last Airbender. Let's give it a review today on the Razman's Reality. Okay, let me start off by saying two things. One, as per usual, when I review films that are still in the cinema, I don't give away spoilers, even when the movie is a train wreck as bad as this one. I won't give away spoilers because that wouldn't be fair to anyone that wants to see it, if for no other reason than curiosity by the time I'm done of how bad it actually is and whether or not I'm telling the truth. But believe me, I am. And the second thing that I want to say is that if you haven't seen the animated series Avatar, The Last Airbender, then you need to check out that series. Because that series that this film was supposedly based on is one of the most epic journeys you will ever take. I just sat down this past week while my cousin Chris was here, and we finished all 3 seasons, or as they're known in the Avatar world, they're known as books. Book 1, Book 2, and Book 3. Book 1 is water, Book 2 is earth, Book 3 is fire. We finished all 3 books or seasons in 3 days. 19 in the first 2 and 23 in the final 3rd season. How did we do that? Because when you watch the show, you don't feel like you're spending that much time watching one thing consistently through. You just get completely wrapped up in the story and you just have to know what happens next. It's shot in the style of anime. It's a show that aired on Nickelodeon. It's just great stuff. I can't recommend it enough. There may even be a review of the show itself coming up on this channel as a counteracting to this movie review, just to give you a compare and contrast if I have the time. I've got so much in the pipeline, I don't know if I'll have the time for Avatar The Last Airbender for quite a long time to come. But as epic as the series is, the film itself is that epically bad. The basic bare bones synopsis that this film is supposed to tell you the story of the Avatar named Aang. The Avatar is a being who reincarnates himself every century or every lifetime, so to speak, and he is a individual, man or woman, who can bend all 4 elements, 4 major elements: water, earth, air, and fire. Bending is the process of being able to utilize the elements themselves as a weapon. And there are people in this world that are born benders. Most people are just one bender. In fact, every other person in this world can just bend one element other than the Avatar. Well, a long time ago, about 100 years in the past, from where this film starts, the world was at peace. All four nations, the Waterbending Nation, the Fire Nation, the Water Nation, home of the Waterbenders, the Fire Nation, home of the Firebenders, the Earth Nation, home of the Earthbenders, and the Air Nomad Nation, home of the Air Nomad Airbenders, all lived in peace. And then everything changed when the Fire Nation destroyed the airbending civilization, wiped them out. So the Avatar hasn't been seen for over 100 years, and there's this huge war going on. And these kids from the Waterbending tribe, the Southern Water tribe, run across a big iceberg, and they find the Last Airbender, hence the name of the film, the last alive airbender named Aang, who is the Avatar. And the subsequent story is all about the Avatar and his journey to master all four elements and save the world. Now, what is it that made M. Night Shyamalan's attempt to bring this great animated series to life so bad? Well, where do I even start? Let's start with the fact that there is no character development whatsoever. I mean, absolutely none. Most movies, even bad movies, you'll see at least a little bit of character development, so that you have some clue of the story you're watching and the importance of the characters you're watching on screen. In this one, not only do the main characters of Aang, Sokka, Katara, and Zuko get no character development, but every single character that ever appears on screen in this film gets zero character development. Zero. Seriously, if you've not seen the animated series Avatar: The Last Airbender, you will not have a freaking clue, not one single clue, what this film is about. It's like they just put these characters on screen and said, okay, here's 3 minutes of exposition, bad exposition, mind you, that explains the world that you're now seeing, and now follow this train wreck of a film. So that's problem number one. Zero character development. And I swear to God, people, I am not exaggerating. Zero character development. Problem number two. The acting is just atrocious. Not one single person in this film, with maybe the possible exception of Dev Patel, who some of you will know from Slumdog Millionaire as the main male lead in that film, does any acting. But he had, even Dev Patel couldn't save this movie because he had no lines. He had nothing to work with in this script. It was just atrocious. It was unbelievably bad. Unbelievably bad. So that's problem number two. Terrible acting. And problem number three is apparently M. Night Shyamalan was either high, drunk, or just plain asleep as he was trying to film this film. Because all of the characters, every single one of them, with the exception of like 6 throughout the entire film, get their names pronounced wrong. Zuko, the Crown Prince of the Fire Nation, his uncle is named Iroh, not Ero.